into it unless.
Yo, real quick before we start. This is the Casual Nerds Podcast. We're two regular guys with big opinions, questionable research, and jokes that occasionally cross a line. We're not experts. We're not insiders. We're just here to have a good time. So kick back, relax, and remember, if you take us too seriously, that's on you, nerd.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Cool.
And here we go.
Did these guys do any research?
Who the hell do they think they are? Welcome to Casual Nerds.
Everyone, welcome to episode 279 of the Casual Nerds. As always, you know me.
What's up? What?
You know my guy on the other end. And if you don't know,
Make sure you check it out, homie.
make sure you check it out, homie. Now you know.
Now you know.
Excuse my voice, guys. I've been sick all weekend and starting to feel better, but the pause, but the throat is just not the same.
Hey yo.
Yeah. So, what's good, my homie?
What's going on, brother? You surviving this? The blizzard hit y'all up there?
Nah, actually, I was expecting it, and it was nothing. It was just a few little flurries, not even an inch. Nothing was really sticking until the tail end of it. And I was kind of worried that I was going to wake up in the morning. It was going to be like another 5-6 inches. Nope. Nothing even close. So I was happy. Yeah. We didn't get hit like everybody else in New York City did.
Yeah, we got about like 1.5 feet or something like that.
Oh, that's not even bad.
Not too crazy. Having grown up in Rochester, like I kept looking out the window, like it's a lot of snow. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like this ain't shut down school snow. Like they would have cleaned this shit up by the morning, and we would have all been in school. I was looking at it. I was like, I can't. And that's the shit about there that really got me, bro. Is the school closings, man. Not only did they close school yesterday, they closed school today too. Like it's not even snowing today, and it said it to help with the cleanup project, which I was like, what to clean up? They cleaned it all up yesterday. It stopped snowing yesterday morning. Why did that shit got me irked, man. I had to get a babysitter and everything just to watch the babies today because I'm like, I can't be calling into work. What they expect you to do?
That happened to us when it was like really cold and there was no snow on the freaking ground. And I was just shocked that they were closing schools early. Like it wasn't even the day. Like it was like midday the day before, no snow on the ground. They're just hearing it's cold. And from there, it's like, oh, well, we're not sending people to school. I'm like, fuck, man, now I gotta entertain these kids.
Right.
But it's a different time, bro. Cause when we were younger, didn't matter. You had to get to school.
Of course not. The thing that got me, though, it made me question myself for a hot second. I almost sent you a text to ask you if I'm like, am I a bad parent? Because like I'm texting my sister-in-law and she sends out a message to the group chat and whatnot. And she's like, hey, did y'all get notification about school closures yet? And I'm like, no, we still waiting. She's like, we got ours. No school tomorrow. Yay! Exclamation point, exclamation point. And I'm like, yay? What are you yaying about? Like, I know it's part of it is you're off too, because she works for the school district.
Sure.
But also you got to watch 3 kids. Like, how is that helpful? Why are you yaying? And she's always pulling this like love being with her kids type stuff, and love, like she was upset when it was like, I think it was during the holidays, and she was like, oh man, it's gonna suck to have the kids go back and you know and not be around us. And I'm like, man, get the kids back to school already. I'm done with these motherfuckers. I love them, but god damn, man, like can someone please take them for 6 to 8 hours a day?
Yeah, it's been a
Yeah.
long week, and for me, it gets expensive too because we take them places, and you know what I mean. It's like,
Yeah, especially when you taking them out, you take them to the movies or something to fill up that time. And
yeah,
I feel like it's been 3 or 4 weeks in a row where these kids haven't had a full week of school because it's been, the President's Day, and then there was snowstorms, and then it's just a lot, man. I'm like, yo, man, I need my Monday back.
yeah, man. We trust me, I'm right there with you, bro. Nah,
For sure.
I mean, I love when I have my kids, give them a couple days off or whatever, and like, but a whole week, 2
So,
weeks, like it'd be a lot, bro. By the
yeah.
end, I'm like, yo, you take your ass to school, bro. And my kids are older than yours. I get it when they're little, it's cute, but when they're a little older, okay, now, bro, you haven't. I told you to shower like 3 times, bro. Now you just stank. Sitting over here, like, chill. Like go do something with yourself. So yeah, I feel you. You're not a bad parent. We all go through it.
No doubt.
And then when they fall asleep, we all sneak into their room and go, they're so damn cute.
Right. Oh yeah. I mean,
They're always the
it's
cutest
the
when
whole time they saying stuff, and I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
but
Man,
still, I don't want you here all day.
we say that about Violet all the time. It's like, man, you're so cute when you're not terrorizing the house,
That's
smacking people and shit. But it was a cool week. They all went back to school now, and we Gucci. We're good.
funny.
We're good.
Sure.
All is well in the world again. Let me see. What happened this past week? A lot of
Nothing.
people been dying lately, bro. A lot of the actors and stuff, man.
Yeah, Eric Dane passed away, and they posted
Eric
that
Dane
thing on
passed.
Netflix, right?
Yep. Eric
That's
Dane, which that was
Dr.
interesting.
McSteamy.
Yeah. McSteamy. Which that was interesting. Honestly, I didn't watch that. What was it? Was it a postpartum like message that he recorded?
Basically, yeah. I did. So I didn't see the thing on
Posthumous.
Netflix. Yeah, posthumous. Yeah, not postpartum. You said postpartum.
Yeah, I did.
Postpartum eulogy.
Hey, caught myself though. Posthumous.
So yeah, basically that's what I didn't. There was apparently like a 50-minute special on Netflix that like went through his life and then included the final message. I only saw the thing that was posted on YouTube, which was like a 5 or 6 minute message that he basically was like supposedly a message to his kids, but could be attributed to
world.
anyone, to the world, and it's very similar to the very much shorter James Vanderbeek message that we saw a couple weeks ago. It was tough to see actually because I didn't even know he had ALS, but ALS is like, that shit like distorts you. Like I feel like he was in shit not that long ago, and he did not like show these signs of physical distortion, and the way he was in this video, he was like a totally different person, like on his way to Stephen Hawking level.
Yeah, I saw something like that, where it was obvious, like it was kind of like, damn, I didn't know he was that bad.
Right.
Towards the end, but he was only diagnosed like last year or something, right? So everything kind of moved along pretty fast.
It must have rapidly succeeded.
Yeah.
So that's that's unfortunate. Not that I like knew a lot of his stuff, but just I don't like seeing people die.
Yeah, no, I feel that. Let's see.
Who else passed?
The dude, I forgot his actual name, but dude from Revenge of the Nerds.
Oh, that's right. Yes, I seen
that one was like earlier today. They
I think that was today, right?
Yeah.
That was. I got it in 1 second. Robert Carradine.
Robert Carradine. Yeah. I mean, let's see.
Young Sheldon?
Don't even acknowledge it. Man. Anyway, yeah. So rest in peace, man. There's a lot of people have been passing as of late. And it's getting crazier and crazier, man, because we're only in February. And I feel like there's already a long list of folks that have passed.
Or it'd be like that though.
It do
The
be
older
like,
we get, especially the more we recognize these people. Oftentimes the people be passing, we'll be like, who is that? I don't even know. Now we viejos, so
yeah,
we be
facts.
recognizing these folks.
More and more. Especially people like my age. It's just been a lot of people.
Word. Anyway,
but yeah, I wanted to talk to you about the BAFTA awards.
oh,
This situation has been all over the internet, and so many people are chiming in, including
people got opinions. People got
yeah. Jamie Foxx. I mean, rightfully so, like, because I have a couple questions on this. But for those of you who don't know, the BAFTA awards was this past weekend, and Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo were presenting an award. And I believe the gentleman was a part of he was receiving an award or something for Tourette's documentary. Is
it was
that
a
correct?
documentary about him. Yeah.
About him and his Tourette's.
Mhm.
And he, at the most inopportune time while they were presenting this award, it was very quiet, and all you heard with him was him yelling out a racial slur. And so obviously they were taken aback for a split second, and then they caught themselves and just continued to be professionals. But you know, like, and they said it's just like, yo, we just had to keep working. But my question to you, and why I wanted to talk about it, because okay, I get it, right? A person with Tourette's cannot they can't help what happens when they start having their tics. But excuse me, with this particular, let me figure out how to phrase it. With this particular situation, right? We have two black men on top of a stage. Out of everything that your mind picks up to say,
Yeah.
it had to be that. Now, I know it's involuntary, and I know you can't choose it. And they say, like, this has no representation of my thoughts, my views, or anything like that. I don't know enough about Tourette's, but I feel like it has to be there in a way. Even if it's just like, don't say this, don't say this. And then they just blurt out the N-word. Like, or, like, I don't know. Like, what are your thoughts on this? Because like Jamie Foxx, he took to the internet, he took to Instagram, and he was like, nah, he meant that shit. Like, that's got to be somewhere in his head.
Mm-hmm.
That caused for him to say this at that particular time. You see two black men on stage, and that's the word that you choose to say. And, partially, again, I don't know. I don't understand the disability. However, there has to be some sort of truth to that, in my opinion.
I don't know enough to say whether or not there is truth to that, or like that there's emotion behind what gets released. From my understanding, though, the way that Tourette's works is that it's not only just involuntary, but if you have like that verbal Tourette's, your mind goes to the place where it shouldn't go. And so, like, you're not supposed to say the N-word, and then you have to say the N-word, and you can't control yourself from not saying the N-word. Now, the thing is why does your mind say you don't say the N-word, don't say the N-word? Like, why would you ever say the N-word?
That's my point.
Yeah. So I don't know exactly how that. I mean, it's I've seen and heard people afflicted with this issue in other situations, public situations where they're, in church and they're saying, all the slurs, the N-word, the anti-Semitic ones, the anti-homosexual ones, like all back to back, and they're just saying them over and over and over. Like, why are they saying those words? Mostly because, from my understanding, it's mostly because they know that they're bad words.
Mm-hmm.
They know the word exists. Like, I've seen some people, whose opinion is, but where did that word come from? How did it ever get introduced into his mentality? He must have been around the people that said that word. And I'm like, it's not an unknown word until someone uses it as a slur. Like, no one ever used it as a slur around me before I knew it was the wrong word to say, right? Like, if anything, I was told what the word was because I was saying the slang word. And,
Sure.
and I'm pretty sure that may be how I was introduced to the hard R N word, is because I was out here saying the A version, as a kid from the hood. And I was corrected, that I might be confused for saying the other word.
Okay.
But now that word is in my vocabulary and my brain knows it, and it will always know it and won't ever forget it. And if I develop Tourette's, then I get around someone that I should not say it, my mind immediately jumps to saying it. That's kind of the idea. So that's where I'm like, I can't put too much. Like, I don't know. I don't know that I want to. Where I would claim fault is, the dude that was hosting, Alan Cummings, I think it was. He apologized to the audience, but didn't apologize to the two people that were hosting, or the two people that were presenting at the moment, who were
Sure.
obviously the ones afflicted at the moment. I thought that was a little off. I think he should have. I think he did eventually apologize to them, like off screen or later on, and the BAFTAs apologized to them publicly, etc. But like in the moment, he only apologized to like the TV and the audience for having to deal with that, which I thought was kind of whack. The fact that it was republished officially, and they didn't edit that out, also kind of whack. I don't know if that's because it's a British thing, because British people don't really censor the way that Americans do.
Sure.
So I'm not sure if that's the reason why it happened, but I think that should have been edited out regardless. Yeah, that's kind of, there's also like, we spend so much time lately talking about respecting people's mental issues and respecting their, the things that you're unaware of. And then when something like this happens, you immediately jump over, people, because it's affecting you, you don't give a fuck about that anymore. And you're like, nah, fuck that. He's racist.
I mean,
And like, is he racist though? Like, I don't know that has he ever, like, I need more than him screaming that out to say that this dude is racist. Like,
Sure.
I need to see that this dude has done racist shit in his life to just be like, his uncontrollable desires to prevent himself from saying the N-word,
Sure.
is what caused, is proof rather that he is a full-blown racist and has a Confederate flag in his home, and he probably does a Nazi salute at night. And like people jump to a lot of conclusions.
Yeah. Or like what Danny's saying, we need to respect people's intrusive thoughts.
I mean, I don't know that's what that's like. I don't know. again, I don't know enough about the disease to
I
to
feel
say
you.
that your thoughts, it's not like, it's not your inner monologue wants to come out and you're preventing it but can't control it. I don't think that
Sure.
that's how Tourette's works, right? I think it's literally your mind is like going to the worst possible thing that you could say.
No, I feel you because I have seen like there are a bunch of folks.
There's a lot of people on TikTok and shit with
Yeah, and
Tourette's.
stuff. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I was gonna say something, but it would have probably came out insensitive. So
And this is no longer the Insensitive Culture Show.
that's why they call it TikTok. So it's all Tourette's all the time.
Facts.
No, so the guy's name is John Davidson, and he says in response to the negative feedback that he's been getting is I'm deeply mortified if anyone considers my involuntary tics to be intentional. I've spent my life trying to support and empower the Tourette's community and to teach empathy, kindness, and understanding from others, and I will continue to do so. I chose to leave the auditorium early into the ceremony as I was aware of the distress my tics were causing. So from my understanding,
if a gay dude showed up afterwards and he starts screaming out, the F word right after, like I would expect him to do the same thing, because that's the word you shouldn't say around them, right? And it's like
Sure.
he can't control himself. I don't know if he did, or like Danny said, his nervous system is racist. One of the two.
yeah.
One of the two is.
Yeah, he's not racist. Apparently, his nervous system is though. Yeah. I mean, and that's, I guess that's the point where, because I do understand it's not a voluntary thing. I don't believe him to be racist. But also it's like that also, like, even though it was an involuntary tic, there was no apology in that. There was just like, I'm so sorry if you are offended by something I can't control.
Right.
Is pretty much how that came off, and this is how I try to empower people. And, I'm just going to continue on with my life is pretty much like, so like, I don't think that if
like,
even
I can imagine this
you
is not the first person that he's said that word to.
No, but this is probably the biggest platform that this has happened.
Yeah. How many times do you think he's gotten punched in the mouth?
This is why he tries to teach empathy and kindness, is because if he does not teach empathy and kindness, when he says something like that, he will continuously be punched in the mouth.
Facts.
I'm pretty sure throughout his life, he's been punched in the mouth or at least threatened to be hit, because he just continues to say things. And again, I understand.
Maybe I should watch the documentary and then we'll learn more about his issue.
We have some homework. But and again, that brings me back to my point, is just like, it's hard not to, as someone who doesn't have this, is hard.
What a wild promo if this was a promo for his movie.
Oh man,
my bad, but I mean to cut you off. No. That'd be the wildest marketing stunt ever.
That's honestly, that is my point on, like, okay, I get it. This is an involuntary thing, but where the hell is that coming? Like, there's an acknowledgement that there are two black men up there. And when there are two black men up there, the one thing you should not say is the N-word. And so now your brain is fighting with the rest of your body to scream out the N-word. Like, it's just a very tough thing for a person who doesn't have that affliction to comprehend where like, what bucket of words is this picking from to just throw out there? You know what I mean? Like, I've heard so many different things that, like, there's this one girl where she will say the wildest shit. I don't think I've ever heard her say that. But then again, I don't think she was ever standing in front of a black man. So And then the moment that she stands in front of a black man, she says that, like, okay, like where the fuck did this come from? You get what I'm saying? So it's a very weird thing. It's hard for me to imagine that.
Their parents, that's where it comes from.
I mean, even if you don't hear that at home, man, kids are ruthless, man, and they hear it from their parents. And, you know, there's a ton of shit that our kids are gonna hear and not know how to process. So
yeah.
anyway,
I mean, it's been a week for racism. There was also there was a big to-do, I'm pretty sure you're not aware of, but there was a big old shit happening in the world of football, soccer, where one of the players there was a match in the Champions League. One of the players from one of the Italian sides scored and made, you know, a little bit of an excessive dance, and one of the other players he thought I don't know, so you get a red card if you say something racist in soccer, and so he puts his jersey over his mouth and he says apparently he said like mono to him, like he called him a monkey over and over, like 5 times or whatever, while his mouth is under his jersey, as if like that blocks you. This is like, obviously you're saying something, whatever you're saying, we won't be able to read your lips, but because he tried to come back and say no, he was saying hermano, which is I don't think so, bro. But ended up he was Argentinian, which apparently between Italy and Argentina carry the torch for being the 2 most racist countries in the world, back to back. Especially in soccer, they're like the worst at saying the most racist shit. And then I found out recently that there was there's actually a law against racism in Brazil. If you can get proved to have said or done a racist act, like you could serve time or get serve the fine. And there was, like, on video, they caught some Argentinian tourist doing like a monkey the gorilla thing to a black Brazilian couple, and she, because they caught her on video, they pressed charges on her ass.
Nice.
Hell yeah. I'm like, yo, pass that shit over here.
You know where that's not gonna happen?
Down in Alabama. That's where they need it.
That's not gonna happen anywhere here in the good US of A, where they reserve their right to
freedom of speech.
Yeah, to express freedom of speech unless you start talking about us.
Right.
Then you I was gonna say something else. Man. Yeah, Kid Rock, right? Fucking people, man. Yeah, I don't know, man. That's just been.
You seen the shit? Speaking of Kid Rock, just to spin shit for a second. You seen the shit about Kid Rock's $5,000 front row seats or whatever? That for controversy. What? So he's going on tour, right? And he I forget what the fuck the tour is called. Doesn't matter.
Sure.
There was like some articles and tweets posted, and the headlines were that Kid Rock is charging $5,000 a ticket for front row seats, and he got tight, and he's posting this shit on TikTok and on Twitter,
really
and he's like, yo, the liberal mainstream media wants to make some shit out of this and not tell you the full story, that these are, what did he call them shits? First class seats. These are first class seats only, and there's only 4 seats in the first row, and then there's 4 seats in the second row, and for the first 5 rows there's only 4 seats, so it's only 20 tickets, and the first row is $5,000, and the second row is $4,000, and the third row is $3,000. And I'm like, wait a minute, so It's $5,000 a ticket for the front row, right? So why you mad that the fucking headline is that it's $5,000 a ticket for the front row? You stupid motherfucker.
Yeah. So, oh my God, that's great because he knows his audience, right? His current audience will just do whatever the fuck you ask them to do.
Yeah.
And
Well, no one has bought front row tickets yet, from what I can see.
Oh,
A couple
okay,
people
they're
have brought third and fourth row tickets, but he hasn't sold a single front row seat yet. From what last I seen in a reporting where people were spending time to look up open tickets.
and he says you get to smell the wet dog coming from him for $5,000. He's such a fucking bum. You're right.
Wet dog and bourbon.
Wet Dog and Bourbon. That's the name of his new album.
Episode title.
Yeah. Right. That. No. I mean, it's hilarious, bro. Like these people, they choose anything to complain about the other side, and that's like that happens on all sides. Right? It doesn't matter where you are.
Yeah, that's facts. That's
they'll
facts.
pick and choose and just start crying about the other side, and then that's why I hated politics forever.
Still do.
It's because still do. They're hypocrites on both sides. My fight is always with just like, do you not see that like what they're doing? Like it's very intentional.
Mhm.
But yeah, whatever, man. He's another fucking idiot. Did you see did you see the videos of that concert?
Which concert?
That whatever the fuck it's called. What's Erica Kirk's?
Oh, the TP Toilet Paper USA.
Toilet Paper USA.
I think I've seen like some.
You had to
highlight.
watch it. Yeah. And those people like that seemed like the wackest party you would ever want to go to.
Oh my God, bro.
Besides the music, it's just like the crowd is just like, those
Yeah.
doing the Trump dance and shit, like fucking bums.
Nah,
Fucking
I'm
idiot.
good.
It was the worst. But it's also comedy if you look at it in the correct light.
Absolutely. It's always somewhere you'll find that comedy gold.
All right, let's talk about a little bit of Hollywood, just a tiny bit. So apparently, and this is we were talking about it a little bit earlier, but Sony has pretty much laid claims that they will be rebooting the Spider-Man, the Sony Spider-Man universe, like that whole thing with their with the villains and all that, and it'll be a fresh reboot with new people. They just said they're gonna let this breathe. The CEO, I believe, of Sony was asked about this, and he pretty much was just saying, yes, we are going to revisiting that. We're just gonna let this breathe real quick. And then
they won't let Disney get that fucking IP, man.
They don't. That makes them money. When Disney and the MCU bring out Spider-Man, they make money. They're not trying to let that shit go. And they're just gonna keep working deals. Now, I don't like. They need to let go of this whole thing of making these villain arcs like just the villains with no Spider-Man. That was a stupid move to begin with. I don't understand like the logic behind it. And even if you did it right, instead of making these horror movies or these action movies where, someone else is probably like someone else in that universe, because you have to imagine that, these villains aren't only terrorizing Spider-Man, right? So you can come up with a whole different story where this villain is exactly that. He's a terrible fucking villain, and give us a new hero that works with it. But instead, they want to turn these into some like anti-heroes. They're not fucking anti-heroes.
Yeah.
That was their first mistake. So we'll see. I think that they're trying to, because the MCU already kind of said like, okay, they're revamping things with Tom Holland, right? I think we're getting 3 movies, but I'm not even sure at this point. I know we're definitely getting Brand New Day.
Mhm.
He's more than likely going to show up in either Doomsday or no, I think they are set for Doomsday,
He's
right?
definitely in Doomsday. Yeah, he was
Okay,
one
so
of the
he's set up for
chairs.
Doomsday. I think that they're going to move away from Peter Parker. And if they move away from Peter Parker, then they can, revamp that story and kind of create their own universe within Sony. Sony has done it before. They can do it again. They need to just make sure things are a little bit better. I agree with Danny. He said, make it around Andrew Garfield's Spidey universe. I agree with that to a certain extent.
Can they do that?
Yeah, I mean, they've already played around with it because of the multiverse thing. People have been really asking for the Amazing Spider-Man 3.
Can they have two Spider? I guess they can. Like,
well, no, that's my point, right? Is if let's say Spidey,
all the Spider-Man movies are Sony movies.
Yes, minus this the Tom Holland one.
No, those are Sony movies.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. They're even the Tom Holland branch of movies are Sony movies in partnership with Marvel.
Okay, yes. Yeah, I get what you're saying. But
technically I guess they could have two Spider-Men living in the same.
No, but this is what I'm trying to say is once they have Tom Holland, that arc is done and over with, or they move on from that, or they get to a point where Peter Parker can now either come in and out of this universe and be used by one or the other. I think that's when Sony will pick it back up and kind of just reboot Spider-Man, because the MCU eventually they're going to start using Miles Morales. The MCU only said or Sony said that we're not going to do a live action Miles Morales until we're done with the Spider-Verse, and Spider-Verse will be done with in 2027. So once the Spider-Verse is done, we'll get let's say we do get 3 Tom Holland movies, right, of this darker version of Spider-Man. That leaves plenty of time and space for them to then venture off into a different Spider-Man for the MCU. Or, I mean, they could do Gwen. They could do Spider-Gwen. They could do any variation.
I would be cool with that
there, because that arc has been done, and now that leaves it free for Sony to use Spider-Man without having to, interact with the MCU. Even though at any point that could clash.
Or Ghost Spider.
Ghost Spider? Who's Ghost Spider?
It's technically it's Spider-Gwen. I think some weird shit in the Spidey and His Amazing Friends little kids show. They renamed the characters for some reason. Where Spider-Gwen is Ghost Spider and Miles Morales' Spider-Man is called Spin.
Huh. Oh, yeah. I heard that was I heard that was a nickname for Miles Morales. Yeah, Spin.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, that in the comics, I guess that they made that right. They made that real.
Yeah. And so I think someone told me that in the first episode, the computer was naming them, and he was like, oh, it's too confusing that there's 3 Spider-Men, so I'm going to give you all different names.
Sure.
Something like that. I don't know. Anyways, yes, Sony could do a lot without doing what they just did. They could also hire better writers and actors.
Yeah, 1,000%.
No disrespect to ATJ, because he did his best.
Yeah, no, 1,000%.
I'm pretty sure the rest of them were whack. I can't think of another. Morbin time.
Yeah, no, I wasn't a fan of any of those.
Yeah. I did enjoy the first Venom. The other 2 were jokes, but I liked the first Venom. I thought it was fun.
First Venom was all right. Yeah, the other 2 were just too much. I thought that they wasted a bunch of good actors in these movies. They got these actors to sign up,
Yeah.
and it just wasn't the core of those characters. Like,
The writing is
especially
just
for like for
blah.
yeah, especially for like Venom. Like that wasn't Eddie Brock. Like the way that you know what I mean. Like it just I don't know, but it's another universe, I guess.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, that's true. Danny was saying that if he was Marvel, he would let Sony play with the NYC characters, use Daredevil, Punisher. They can have hands in that universe. I mean,
Aren't all the characters NYC characters?
the problem with that
Most of them.
is Sony did a great job with the original Spider-Man movies, and then they did what Sony normally does, right? They start to think too big. And they start to overdo things because Spider-Man 3 was not good. And then they went with Amazing Spider-Man. And then the first one was really good. And then the second one, they overdid it again. Right. And then so that ruined the plans for part 3. And that's kind of their thing, man. They just overthink it. They overthink it. They try to shoot for over the top. And it just doesn't work. So to give them the rights to like Daredevil and Punisher and like these street level things just to fuck it up, like if you can't take a Spider-Man movie and make something dope and original, you know, without overdoing the fucking villains, like I don't how are you gonna handle 3 heroes going, you know, in one story?
I almost feel like they're only doing it to keep the Spider-Man IP.
They are.
So they can keep ownership of Spider-Man. They're going to keep releasing these other extended universe movies so that they can claim ownership continuously because they don't want to let that cash cow go. But they don't really give a fuck. They
Nah,
just want the Spider-Man.
and that's why they're happy with whatever Marvel's doing because Marvel's making them the most money they've made in a long time with this IP.
There's got to be a buyout, man. There's got to be a price they're willing to take.
I'm pretty sure it's been offered. And they're just like, nah, because we got so much more to make. And you know, they were killing it. They killed it with Into the Spider-Verse. So I don't really understand what's, you know, they're getting too ambitious, I guess, for live action, and it's just not crushing it. Froze for a bit there, buddy.
Yeah. I kicked the
Gotta love
Ethernet cord out.
I learned to just not move my shit, like
Yeah.
not move my feet. I don't know. I'm looking forward to it, man. I can't wait to see what they actually, where they all end up. You know, I'm not completely mad at Sony revamping it. They're gonna have to, but yeah, I mean,
It's kind of, I'm a little mad.
with Marvel Studios though, like they've already done what they were gonna do with Spider-Man. I guess they can really still milk it for a long time, but I think they're looking to switch out all of those characters anyway. At least like actor wise. You know what I think MCU should do, and maybe I've said this before, but I think that they should do it like a comic run. Have X amount of movies, right? Like so let's say the first 10 years of Marvel and it ended at Endgame. Like cool. And then it's an understanding that like, okay, what comes next from Marvel has nothing to do with that. Everything just gets rebooted. We start over with different heroes, or either different heroes, different actors, whatever. Like just do a different comic run and just explain it in that way so that they're not tied down to having to continue what they've been building up, right? They're not tied down to it. And they can just refresh it because that's what they're doing after Secret War. But at some point, it's going to get to a point where it's just like, okay, now you're really fucking milking this again.
Yeah.
Right? That's what I think that they should do. But It's like, hey, this next X amount of films are gonna be the zombie verse or some, you know what I mean? And it's
That's
just
not
like all
that's not
these.
a bad idea. I like that.
I wish they would do that because, and then there's just more understanding, more leeway. There's less comparison. People are always going to compare it, but if we treat it like that, I think that there's a little bit better of an understanding. My bad.
Yeah, I mean, Danny's saying he looks at the MCU as like it's a comic run, but it's too long of a comic run. I feel like it should have ended by now. No.
Yeah, when they start to when they're trying to continue the story and
Yeah.
like make them all connect, that's where they drop the ball. Because if they would have, again, like the reason why people are so upset with this last run of Marvel movies is because they made promises that were
Never
never
panned out.
that never panned out. Yeah, like they were trying something new, which I respect, but it wasn't understood to be like, hey, this is all something that's new. No, it continued the story. We got Spider-Man, and then we got Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness, and like while it was this awesome multiverse thing, they just kind of went crazy with it, and there was no there was just no connectivity with it. So
Yeah.
people started
not real connectivity. It was just kind of like, hey, here's a bunch of cool ideas that we've wanted to that we think could make good movies. Does it fit? It's more like, can we fit this into the MCU?
correct. Now, if they would have
Then-
explained to the audience or put some sort of thing like, hey, this is not connected to the last 10 years. Like that, we ended it perfectly. We're happy with that.
Right.
Now, these next X amount of movies, they're standalone movies. They have nothing to do with the last one. They don't reference nothing with the last one. They're not promising anything past this movie. But that's not what they did, right?
Yeah.
They started setting up all these things, and then they didn't know how to put it all together.
Yeah. I mean, I think Danny's right. The Secret Wars could be that moment where they say, all right, we're done, and we're
Well, that's what they said,
resetting
right?
everything. I think
I
they
don't
did.
think
They said it was it would be a reset moment or something like that.
They said
in the
it's
MCU.
going to reset the timeline.
Yeah, but
It's gonna
what
set
does that
the
actually
timeline.
mean? Like, I would like it to be like you said, like nothing has to do with anything, and we don't have to have contiguous storylines for the next 30 years or whatever.
Right. I don't know what their plan is for that, but it seems like that's where they're alluding to by saying that after Secret War,
Their plan is to get people to stop going to movie theaters because they keep on putting these 4-hour movies.
yeah, that is crazy. What's it called? Anyway, yeah, so their plan, I think, is to reset the timeline and they said like people will be recasted at any point they can be, just like James Gunn was saying. I think that's what James Gunn is thinking. Like, okay, this is trilogy with Superman, so we're gonna focus on Superman for these first 3 films, and then things are gonna shift a little bit, and at any point we can get a different Superman, different actor to play Superman, like
Right.
that can run. That can happen.
Yeah.
But I think every one of those movies are just gonna feel completely different. So it'll work in that sense. Whereas the MCU try to keep everything feeling very much the same. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how that all goes down. What is it that you said, Danny? Let's see. Crazy of this whole multiverse saga so far was a branch timeline away from the main MCU, or maybe the entire MCU so far is a branch timeline.
Sure.
I mean, yeah, because theoretically, right? They were all branched. It was never. It never really felt like the main. The main timeline, right? I don't know. It's such a weird thing. It's so convoluted. I really don't know. Like
I thought
once
it
they,
was.
once they brought it. I mean, once
Thought
they
it
brought
was
in
the main
TVA,
timeline.
it was the main timeline. But then once they brought in the TVA and
That's
ruining-
when shit really started getting crazy. Is
Yeah,
when
it
they
started
introduced the
getting,
TVA, which also introduced the Multiverse of Madness, which also introduced Scarlet Witch. Like all of those, that was like right after Infinity War saga ended.
yeah.
They were like, "Hey, ready to get nuts? Because we're about to get nuts."
I hate quote so much. You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts. Worst Batman ever.
Best Batman ever.
Worst Batman ever.
Best Batman ever.
Says every old man.
Mm-hmm. First Batman for me, so of course
Yeah,
it's the best.
Now I remember the TV show.
Adam West.
Yeah,
I mean,
those were silly as hell.
but it was a goof. I never took that seriously.
Yeah, I mean when the villains and shit were surfing. it was good memories. Let's see. I know we talked about it a little while back, but Ryan Coogler's X-Files finally got a green light over at Hulu, so it's actually happening.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
X-Files. Interesting.
Yeah, he's bringing out the X-Files again. Apparently it was like one of his I think his mother's favorite show, so it's like near and dear to him. And he used to watch it all the time. So now he's revamping it. I don't believe, obviously, I don't think he's bringing back like unless he brings back the original ones, which he may. I don't think that they're redoing the whole Mulder and Scully thing.
Yeah.
It's going to be all new characters and shit.
Well, I mean, one, you can't bring back Mulder and Scully because
that's true.
They're white, and he don't do that.
Nah, you don't.
But also, I have a feeling. I have a feeling it might be like, Jordan Peele's Twilight Zone. Cool.
Or is it like episodic, you mean?
Well, no, just like not that. Nothing to write home about. Because it is episodic. X-Files was episodic.
Sure.
So like if he's redoing it, more than likely he's going to keep that same.
I mean, no, by episodic, I mean like every
episode is a standalone.
Yeah, it's just like something
there might be an overarching
zone-ish
theme, but every week is a new creature.
Yeah, I don't think that he should do that. I think he should do.
I don't think he should. I think he will.
Yeah, I think he should do one coherent story.
Yeah. That could be cool. That would make it way more interesting if it was, our style, late 2000s style of TV.
Sure.
Which is, a long series, maybe even limited series I would be cool with. But
I was just about to start talking shit about Hulu, but man, Paradise is fucking.
Yeah. Hulu's a hit or miss, that 20th century shit.
I don't run to it automatically or just give it a straight up shot because it's Hulu.
I mean, I would also say that I don't ever open the Hulu app anymore at all. I didn't,
bro. I was looking for
watch on Disney Plus.
I was looking for because for those of you who don't know, the new season Paradise dropped the first 3 episodes of season 2, and I'm 2 episodes in and it's fire so far. But it's on Hulu, and yeah, same thing. We went to go look for it, and I'm like, wait, where is it? Oh fuck, I forget. Hulu is now on Disney. My girl's dad came down because he saw that we were watching. He was like, hey, so where you're watching Paradise, right? Like, where did you find it? Because I can't. And I had to explain, I was like, nah, Hulu got, absorbed by Disney, blah, blah, blah. So it's already harder to find because of that. But
Yeah. I mean, there is a Hulu app still. It's still out there.
yeah, but it's gonna disappear.
Well,
They're
They
slowly.
said that it's eventually gonna go away. And when they said that, I was like, "Pfft, then why would I care to keep using this app? The only thing that I ever watch on Hulu is rerun shows. Back in the day when my son didn't sleep in my bed because he was sick every fucking night. I would watch either we would watch rerun shit. So Big Bang Theory, actually Big Bang Theory is on HBO Max. Definitely we watched Golden Girls, we watched Who's the Boss, and there was some other I watched this one reminds me of my dad though, Barney Miller. I would watch Barney Miller. That was a super, super old school Nick at Night show for me. But that's like the only shit that I like. Hulu's turned into the Nick at Night type shit. But actual like shows that are on Hulu from like FX or Hulu
It
originals.
would be King of Queens.
I use right. I think actually that is on Hulu.
Nice.
I watch all of those on Disney Plus now. The only thing that fucks me up, complete side tangent and side note, but the fucking I have to figure this out. I work there. I should be able to figure this out. The Apple TV be fucking me up, yo. I don't know why, but for some reason, it's constantly changing shows that I watch in either HBO or Disney to default to opening in Hulu for some reason. Because Hulu offers Disney shows and Hulu offers the HBO Max subscription. So it'll offer like it's weird. It's like instead of like I'll hit the thing in the up next and it'll be like, oh, new episode of Night of the Seven Kingdoms. And I click it and the shit opens up the Hulu app. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Why is it open on Hulu? This is an HBO show. And then it'll be like, oh, you don't subscribe to HBO Max. It's like, yeah, no shit. Why would I? Anyways, I gotta figure
No,
that shit
yeah,
out. That
I
shit's
get
been
what you're
fucking me
saying.
up lately.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, we go through the same shit because everything on ours is Prime. Yeah, we have a bunch of bundles through Prime, but yeah, no, I get what you're saying. Either way, I'm so happy with what
I need to start Paradise. Yeah,
I did bang out that the Knights of the Seven Kingdoms. I
sure was
got
fire.
the whole thing. Looks like Leo's up to date on Paradise, and he can't wait until March 1st.
Okay,
episode 4. I'm telling you, man, it hit the ground running. I thought they did a really good job. First episode was a little bit slower at first, and then at the end, you're like, oh, okay, all right, I get what's going on now. So yeah, it's just it's definitely worth it. Still going through the pit. The pit has been fucking so hard.
Oh yeah.
But great show. I still very much like that. Matter of fact, if you can just wait it out and watch all and like binge watch it. Yes, it's for those of you, because I know you're already watching it, but for those of you who haven't seen it, watch it because or binge it because if you don't know the premise of the show, it's every episode is 1 hour in their shift at a very high paced emergency room in Pittsburgh, right? That's why it's called the Pit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pittsburgh Trauma Center.
Pittsburgh Trauma Center, but it's so good. It's so good. I don't know.
I was seeing something earlier today where I think they were CBS or ABC, Good Morning America. One of them had been talking about it, and the guy who was doing the interview was a physician himself, and he was like, I went and visited the set and I could not tell it apart from a hospital. Actually, they built the hospital set. They did the full set design before they ever wrote the script,
Mm.
because they had to build the script around how they move around the emergency room.
Yeah.
So they but he was like, that shit is so legit that I walked on there and I was opening random drawers and they're filled with real fucking hospital equipment. It was like I could intubate someone right there if I needed to. Like I had all the things to actually do it. He was like, obviously it's not a sterile environment, but you know, like it is a hospital. And what was the other thing he said? Oh, he said they did a procedure on the show and he had never even seen that procedure done before. He was like, I actually learned something new. He was like, and I watch medical dramas all the time. And I was like, oh, that's not real. That couldn't happen that way. Or they're using this improperly, or that's the wrong dose. This show is so accurate. He was like, they actually showed me something brand new that I could, you know, later on do, which is fucking phenomenal.
Sure.
On the part of the pit. So super kudos to the team over there. They're killing it on that show.
Yeah. So if you're not familiar with the pit, get yourself familiar because it's such a good show. What else have we been fucking with? I'm sorry. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna ask just a complete side thing around. I feel like we've had this discussion
Sure.
previously around binging versus weekly views. I had someone on actually last week, I think it was for Valentine's Day. Some one of my friend's daughters watched the kids and let us go out on a date. And when she came back, we was all watching TV and we were talking about different TV shows. And she was telling me how she never lived as an adult in the world where TV shows like came out at 8 o'clock and I had to watch it.
Yeah.
So she's like, I can't watch a TV show if it hasn't already finished. Like it's done.
She has to binge it.
She has to only binge it from top to bottom. And she was like, not even like a season at a time. Cause she's like, and then I gotta wait a whole year to see what happens. What the fuck is that about? I've never done that before. So she won't watch shit that's currently airing on TV. She only watches shit that has already been final episode. And that was like a weird fucking existence for me. But I get it because it's a different generation. I just don't get it because it's a different generation.
Yeah, my kids right now are not used to having to wait.
Right.
You know, so like Xander, the moment he finishes a movie that he really enjoys, he's like, "Oh, are they making part 2?" And then for the next year, every month or so, he's like, "Oh, are they coming out with Sonic 4 yet? The Sonic 4 is it coming out?" It's like, "Nah, bro, they gotta make it." Like, you know, so,
right. That's crazy.
Yeah, so it's only gonna get worse, honestly. I mean, yeah, we're used to the weekly thing, and like I do like the fact that I don't have to be there at 9 in the morning, at 9 o'clock at night to it or to DVR it so that we can watch it at our own leisure. So I do like that. But I also, I mean, depending on what it is, I'm kind of with it, right? But I'm not mad at waiting a week for the next episode because it builds the anticipation.
Right. Like it's just the best probably recent comparison I could say is pretty much any show, because almost all shows have switched to this, weekly release now versus binge release. But let's say just big show in the last year, let's call it Severance, right? The release of Severance and how we were all we didn't all see it exactly at the same time. We pretty much
Right.
all saw it the same day and could talk about it the next day.
We give each other
Um,
shit so that we
and we
can
get-
talk about it.
And yeah, exactly. So we would force each other to watch it on that same day when it released, right? Versus Squid Game, which was dropped the whole thing all at once, and we couldn't talk about it until you finished the whole fucking season.
Right.
And
See,
that
and that's another thing. Just not to cut you off, but that's
No, yeah,
another
yeah.
right. When they drop the whole season like that, the spoiler is the ending, right? Where people are just freely talking about it
word.
the next day
Yeah.
because these people with no fucking lives saw the entire thing within a day or two.
Right.
And now
And
they're
they're
posting
already
about it
spoiling it.
online.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy to me. Whereas
Yeah.
like you spoil an episode, I just know to be on point for next week. And it is what it is.
Right.
You know, it's just
Exactly.
it's just
100%.
an episode. But when you spoil the whole shit and you're already talking about, you know, like plot points and shit like that happen, and you just got through three
Major
episodes
plot points.
thinking you were 3 episodes thinking like, yo, man, I'm fucking killing this right now.
Right.
You know, and you got through 3 episodes. These motherfuckers binge it, like bang it up. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I am a fan of the 3 episode drop at first. I'm really liking.
Yeah. I like
that.
the 3. I think 2 is because Apple usually does the 2. I think
Mhm.
Apple does they do 3 for the first season and then 2 every season after that.
Mhm.
And I don't know if I like the 2. 2 feels like, oh, you just got me there, and now I gotta wait. And 3 is like, oh, let's fucking go. Like,
Yeah.
I'm ready for the next week. So yeah, I like 3 episodes at once, and then weekly after.
Yeah, that's what we got with Paradise.
Paradise.
And yeah. And even though we didn't like my girl, she's upset because I'm not because I didn't bang out all 3. And it's just like, yo, like I mean, I gotta sleep. I get up
Right.
at 5 in the morning, 5, 6 in the morning. So but anyway, whatever,
Yeah.
man. Those are my favorites right now. Monarch starts this week
Woo.
in just a
Let's
couple of
fucking
days.
go.
Yeah, so I'm happy about that. Yeah, we got some good stuff coming up.
Oh yeah.
I'm excited to go to the movie theater because
What
I
you
mean,
got coming out at the movie
almost. Well, I wanted to watch Crime 101. I almost went and saw that. I've been trying to. I want to talk my girl into because we didn't do anything for Valentine's Day, so I may try to talk her into like a movie night or something to go. You know, for us to just go out and watch Crime 101.
theater? Yeah.
I think that's a movie that she would be down for. Also, but the one that I'm looking forward to, I want to say it's like within the next couple of weeks is Project Hail Mary. Ryan
Yes. Damn, that's
Yeah.
coming out that soon.
Yeah, it's coming. It's
That's gonna be
definitely coming
fire.
out within the next few weeks, and they're already.
Damn, I wanted to do the audiobook too.
Oh, bro, they have the 70 millimeter coming out.
Ooh.
Right.
Y'all got
So-
70 millimeter in Rochester now, right?
You know, I don't know if we have it available here yet. I know that they said that it was going to be ready for the Odyssey.
Okay.
But
That's not till
someone-
the summer.
Well, but someone local got an advanced screening of the 70 millimeter. I don't know how he got it.
Huh.
Yeah,
they got the
so
projector.
he's gonna. Yeah, so I'm like, but I don't know if we do have it or if that's for like a different theater.
Huh.
You know, like a Syracuse or something. I don't know when the next, you know,
Yeah.
where the next AMC is. Or not
I
AMC.
feel like there is not another Cinemark with a 70 millimeter anywhere near Rochester.
Well, they're starting to
when-
roll
when they,
out. They're
yeah, but
rolling
when
out.
they made that announcement, it was like Rochester was the only one in New York.
Oh, for we didn't have the 70 millimeter at all.
I know, but when Cinemark made the announcement that they were going to be upgrading certain IMAX theaters to 70 millimeter, I feel like Rochester was the only one in New York State that was getting the upgrade. Now, it could possibly be that like Buffalo or Syracuse already have one, but I didn't think so.
They're more likely to have that.
I thought the only 70 millimeters in New York were the ones at Lincoln Center and the Regal.
I think you're right. But, well, because I know that when Oppenheimer came out, I was working somewhere where there was a lady. She said her husband had to drive out to this specific theater that was hours away because he is one of the few people who is
trained.
Trained in running a 70 millimeter projector. And so they had to drive out there, and he had to go do that for Oppenheimer. So he was making some money, operating a 70 millimeter film over there. So yes, I mean, this was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So I know we're getting it before the summertime, before July. Is it in effect right now? I don't know. But if it was,
it'd be dope if it is.
Yeah, because Project Hail Mary is a me movie, and I'm gonna make it to the theater to watch that. I'm not sure if Jillian would like it, but I'll offer it to her. And but I think that's a movie. She might. She likes Ryan Gosling.
There you go. There's your carrot.
Yeah, there's my carrot. Which, by the way, I don't know if it'll happen anytime soon, but Danny and I were discussing a possible Interstellar leg sleeve for your boy.
Oh yeah?
Which would be fire. I know that's one of Danny's favorite, one of his favorite movies. I'm a big Nolan fan, so Interstellar,
that could be fire.
Fucking Inception is one of my favorites. Like any of those,
yeah.
I'm always down for that. So anyway, do we have anything to add to this stellar conversation, sir?
Oh, much more stellarness. R.A.P. El Mencho.
Who?
El Mencho.
El Mencho, that's right.
The cartel leader from the
I was
Jalisco Nueva Generación.
I saw that, and apparently everybody's going nuts in Mexico.
Just yeah, I'm so grateful. I was actually the trip I'm doing next week, which is why we're recording today. I was supposed to go to Mexico, and we didn't, and because my mother-in-law started crying, she wanted to visit her homeland, and so we switched it back. And thank God we did, because we would have been fucked.
So real quick, and then we can end the show. I was watching. I follow these fitness folks, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they were saying, "Yo, we were in I forget exactly where in Mexico, but it was a Mexican villa, and that they were there, and they were like, it was beautiful till it wasn't." And then she was like explaining this whole thing. There was a couple of photos, of videos of just like they're at this villa and it was great. And then all of a sudden there's helicopters, like army helicopters, just surrounding everything. You could see the explosions in the distance. They were like, we went dark for like 40 hours. Luckily they're like connected, because they just, they're in the fitness world and they're up there within the fitness world. So they were like, luckily we're connected. My husband called in some favors and those people delivered. We were able to get, some private private helicopters to get us out of there, but it was like 48 hours of just like not knowing what the fuck is going to happen because we're stuck in Mexico right now and everything is literally going to shit.
Yo, what the fuck kind of fitness people are these, though?
They own a fitness brand called Flag Nor Fail.
God
so,
damn.
Yeah, so I mean, they
My
got
homie said we got choppered out of Mexico in an emergency.
Yeah, and that's what she was saying. She was just like when things started blowing, like just going. She was just bigging up her husband and her husband's boy because they were on like a couples trip, and they were just like, instead of freaking out, they were just like coming up with a plan, and then they executed that plan. It just goes to show like the people in their network, because they were able to call in some favors, and those people actually showed up for us, and like, and we just, we like they dealt with the situation. They didn't freak out, and we got out of there within 48 hours. But they were obviously in fear for their life, because you can see it like right there. There's just explosions, and there's like,
sure,
it's right in front of you. Like you have no idea how close it could get. So I was like, damn, that's crazy. I didn't even think about that.
I was straight up shelter in place for everybody.
Yeah, man. Mr. Leo says, yeah, Mexico's a no-go for a while.
Word.
Yeah, I mean, it's that's an understatement. But anyway, anything else to add to this stellar conversation, sir?
Nada más, señor.
Nada más. All right. Well, then, let's see. Guys, thank you for tuning into this week's episode of the show. Remember to have your friends rate, review, subscribe to the podcast, and tune in whenever they want to check out our content. If you enjoyed our stuff, just give us a nice review. We appreciate it. Tune in every other Tuesday for our live show on Twitch or YouTube. Next week, we will not be filming because, as Johnny mentioned casually, he will be not present for that. So we'll take a week off, and then we'll be back to our regularly scheduled program.
Regularly.
But as always, we love you guys. Peace.
Burr.